Wade Phillips joining us. Wade, when you got the first call from Gary Kubiak and he says, you want to take this job, we've got some good players, did you envision, Wade, a defense that could be this suffocating?
Oh, not really. I mean, I looked at the film from the previous year, but once we got into, OTAs and those kind of things where I saw the talent we had, we changed our conception of the team, really, and we set all our goals every year. So some years we set them to be, in the top 10, some years even top 5. And with this group, after having them for a little while, we said, hey, we want to be the best in the NFL. And so they accomplished that. It was tremendous.
Wade, is it the elite corners or the multiple pass rushers? As a defensive mind, what turns you on the most? What do you really love about this defense that helps you?
The chicken or the egg, right? It's both of them. When you have guys that can cover, it helps the rush, but then the rush guys certainly make the difference because you can't cover them all day. So both those together, I don't know. I could pick one or the other. They both complement each other, and then that's the name of the game there.
Wade Phillips joining us. Wade, when you saw Carolina's film and you break it down, what was the first thing you thought when you saw Cam, the running game, that offensive line? What was your first perception?
Well, the first thing was to try to stop the running game. They had a tremendous running game. They could control the game that way. And we knew we had to outplay their defense. They have a really good defense. So, but stopping the running game, forcing them to throw the ball, even though, he had a great year and, had 35 touchdown passes this year. We still felt like if we could stop the run that we gained a little advantage because we led the league in sacks. We led the league in pressure. So, and of course, pass defense. So, we felt like that was our strength.
Have you ever had a player like Von Miller? Who does he compare to?
I had Ricky Jackson, in the Hall of Fame. So, I had some good players, but, and of course, I had DeMarcus Ware twice now. So,
yeah.
And he's pretty special too. So, and Von's, he reminds me of Derek Thomas. I didn't have Derek Thomas, but he reminds me of Derek Thomas a lot. Just his movement and his skills.
Yeah. Wade Phillips joining us. Do you think the antics, the celebrations of Cam Newton perhaps motivated your players even more?
No, I don't think that. I think our guys like to celebrate too. So when they make plays and so forth. So, I didn't see that as a big factor. Just everybody picking them to win. I think our team kind of, reacted really well to being the underdog.
Wade, when you have a veteran defense and you have a lot of guys that know this league, what's the advantage you have as a coordinator with veteran players over younger players?
Well, normally those guys, you can do more with them. They've been in situations before, those kind of things. It depends on talent level too, though. I still have I'd rather have a young, more talented guy playing than a veteran who's not quite as talented.
Right.
Although they can make up for it sometimes, so they can bridge the gap. I guess that's the difference.
Were you getting frustrated? Aqib Talib had some penalties yesterday. You're not a yeller and a screamer. Did you have to say anything to him?
Yeah, we went in at halftime. We made a few. I made a few verbal adjustments at halftime that we were not going to do that anymore. And not just him, but we had some other after the play situations, and you just can't have that. We can't hurt the team. You can't be bigger than the team. And we talked about that at halftime, and we didn't have any after the half, so that was good.
Wade, a year ago, you're on the phone with me today. A year ago, where were you? What were you doing?
I went to a lot of Redskin games because my son coached with Redskins, so I was doing that, and I did a little bit of the media where I could second guess everything everybody did, but that's about it.
But it's amazing, really, that if you look at your football life in the last 12 months, it's like the guys upstairs were paying attention. Do you understand, kind of how remarkable your journey's been in the last 12 months?
You mean from being fired and being unemployed and
Yeah.
then winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I felt like I'd been fired before, so I had been without a job before, but this was the first time I didn't get one, so I was obviously worried about being able to get back in the league, but I thought I had something to offer.